A dominant win tonight for the Timberwolves at Target Center. Naz Reid led Minnesota in scoring with 22 points. Naz had 19 in the first half. Rudy Gobert put together a nice effort, 15 points for Rudy and 9 rebounds. Final score 120-96. The Timberwolves end up blowing out the Mavericks. Welcome to Wolves Live with Tom Crean. I'm Marnie Gellner. This was a really all-around effort by the Wolves. The 5 starters, every one of them scored between 12 and 15 points.
They really did. Their plus minuses were great. I think Chris Finch has got to be happy with the ball movement. There was no doubt they wanted to get the ball in the paint. They did that, and I think we got a guy sitting next to us that knows what that game plan was all about.
What's up?
Jalen Clark joins us live right here on our postgame show. Thanks for coming on out, Jalen.
Thank you for having me.
It's not always easy to play against a team that's struggling like Dallas did, but you guys had a really business-like approach tonight.
Yeah, I feel I always tell Ant, especially like watching OKC, those guys get in and get out. I told him, let's try to get him out as many fourth quarters as possible. So if I can come in, set that tone, change the energy, and just get it to where our starters can get some rest, especially when we got this stretch of playing every other day coming up, I think that's what we need to do.
Well, I know Anthony loves playing with you. I'm sure the other guys do too. It's because the way you hustle.
Yeah.
Is the hustle game, the dive on the floor, the 50-50s, has that always been a part of you?
Yeah, no, definitely. That's what I did at UCLA, and it's contagious. Every team I've been a part of up to this point has been ranked really high defensively, so I just try to bring that to every level.
We're looking at some of the highlights here from you tonight, Jalen. It is to the point where when you enter the game, I have trained myself to watch the inbound pass after a made basket.
Yeah, it's fun. I got that, obviously from Alvarado and stuff, like just watching different ways to impact the game, not always on the ball, but off too.
That's what I was, go ahead.
It's the thing that keeps you on the court.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible.
1,000,000%.
I think that's what's impressive about you. You've always been really quick-handed.
Yeah.
Going back to high school, your improvement off the ball has been high level.
Yes, sir.
Who's helped you the most with that inside of this organization since you've been here?
James White and Kelly McCarty.
James White was a heck of a player.
Oh, he was?
Way more than at Cincinnati? Yeah, way more
He always says that, but I just thought he was a dunker.
True. I coached against him. Anthony says he could only dunk. I tell Anthony that's wrong. He was a player. He could press. He was a little like you with the defense.
Nah, he definitely, he's a great guy, man. Him and Kelly, they just be talking to me, telling me what to expect. Going through the walkthroughs, I be remembering plays. I know when people are supposed to come off or where they're trying to get to. So just knowing little things like that give you an advantage in the game of basketball. So.
It was a heck of an effort tonight, Jalen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate
I appreciate
it. Good win.
Thank you.
Jalen Clark and the Timberwolves in a dominant win tonight over the Dallas Mavericks. And we talked a little bit about the balance among the starting five, and Naz Reid off the bench. Just incredible. 19 first half points, 22 for the game for Naz. And he caught up right afterwards after that final horn with Leah Bielsen.
Naz, tonight you sparked this team in the first quarter with your 10 points. You went on to have 22. How did it feel for you tonight? It was clear you were in a rhythm.
It felt good. Teammates got me going. Fans got me going. So I was excited to be in that position and get us going.
Yeah, these fans at home love cheering for you. You continue to be the fan favorite here. You guys kind of focused and locked in on all the little things tonight, finishing quarters, the hustle balls, all those small things. How critical is that for you guys, knowing the expectations you have for this team?
It's very critical. I mean, those are the plays that win games. The little things are the big things that I always say. No matter who you're playing, no disrespect to them, but good teams, bad teams, wherever it is, it matters. And you have to get the job done. So.
And Naz, what does this team have to do as you're starting to look at stacking wins here, as you come together as a group? What are the small details, the small things you guys have to focus in on?
I think we pretty much said it. I mean, getting on the ground, loose balls, rebounding at the highest point. I think being consistent, that's a huge point for us. And, just staying solid. I think all those points, and obviously getting everybody else in the crowd and helping us get going.
All right, Naz, thanks so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Naz got going early tonight, Tom. He had 10 points in his first 4 minutes off the bench.
Well, he built on Saturday night's effort because I thought he looked like the old Naz Reid. And obviously he's dealing with a lot with the loss of his sister this year. But he's quick, he's athletic, he's playing with burst. Look how quick he gets the shot off. I mean, that's when at his best. I love this play. Took the ball quickly. He's playing lower. He's playing explosive. He's ready to shoot the ball. He's not having to get ready when he gets it. He's ready when he has it. And that's a big, big difference in making shots.
Naz has been a sixth man of the year. He knows exactly how to bring a punch off the bench. He really did that tonight. 19 points in the first half, 22 for the game for Naz Reid. Cooper Flagg, number 1 overall draft pick. The first time the Timberwolves have seen him up close. He finished with 15 points tonight, and it was a tough 15 for Flagg.
Extremely tough. He came out, he had some really good moves in the second half. But the bottom line is that without the bigs in there, all right, they could really clutch. This was beautiful. He still makes the shot, but it was the close. He shot fake. Naz still made a jump at him. This was a big-time move. Now, that's a high-level move for any age, let alone 18. But I thought that the Timberwolves did a great job of game planning for him. They didn't give him he didn't have as many touches. I'm not sure what the numbers are going to look like at the end, but to me, it looked like he did not get the ball nearly as much as he's used to in a scoring position, and I credit the Timberwolves defense for that.
And it looked like Dallas was a bit of a tired team, too. Played last night in Dallas, an overtime win, but then flew here second night of a back-to-back. You saw the results here on the court. Whatever your lineup is, you can make your picks for a chance to win 1,000 times your entry fee on FanDuel Picks. Tom, we've seen Anthony Edwards take on a lot of roles as he's playing here in his 6th NBA season as the lead guard. That's kind of the new terminology, not a traditional point guard, but we saw Ant in the lead guard role tonight where he's surveying the floor. And you're talking about the way he takes it in. Tell us about the way you see Ant in a lead guard position.
Well, I think it's taking what the defense has given him, and I thought he did a really good job of that tonight. Well, maybe he passed it here, he passed it there, he didn't look to shoot. This is what he does. The eyes are up. He's surveying the defense. Now, he's not looking at his man. See, Najee Marshall's on him. He's not paying any attention to him. He's looking at where the help is. So now when he gets into this half-court situation, he sees Rudy comes up. He's got 2 on the right, 1 on the left. He sees Brandon Williams has cheated in, changes his body sideways, able to make the strong pass to Mike Conley in the corner who kicks it out to Jaden. That is a high-level basketball play that's all based on reading where the help defense is. Furthest man away in the case right there with where Brandon Williams was.
And you had said at Georgia you wanted him to push. You wanted him
absolutely.
To go fast.
I had to learn. Like, I loved we were a fast-paced team off misses and makes. And he always runs off turnovers. And he runs when he smells the rim, right? But the bottom line is he needs that time to probe. He needs that time to be able to see where the defense is. And what we tried to teach and what they've done a great job of working with him on here is seeing the furthest man away. So when he's on the sides, he's looking at the guy in the far corner. Where is that help? And when he's coming down the middle, he's looking at where there is a single side. And tonight he read it perfectly. He attacked the strong side where Brandon Williams was on the bottom, but he read that he was coming in, cheating in to play him as the low man, makes that kick to the corner. He just set it up perfectly. He knew what he wanted, and he got it.
Because he had taken it all in. He had surveyed the defense already in that lead guard position. Coming up, head coach Chris Finch and his thoughts in this win over Dallas. The Timberwolves put one back in the win column tonight with a 120-96 win over the Mavericks. This is our Menards game summary. The Timberwolves held Dallas to 40% shooting. And look at the second chance points, 15-5, dominating in the paint, dominating in points off turnovers as well. A lot of little areas where the Timberwolves won. And the big area was winning in the final score. Here's Chris Finch after the game tonight.
Chris, Dante's a plus 35 in 26 minutes. Just what do you see from everything that he's bringing to the table, even if it's not a huge scoring night?
I love the way he's playing. His energy, his multiple effort plays, he's communicating with his teammates out there. He's really quarterbacking a lot of things. He's getting his hands on a lot. He's rebounding in traffic and just doing a lot of little things for us.
And we talked before about Naz, but do you just see the groove kind of starting to come for him? And
of course, yeah, it was good. And, got them all within the flow. I thought we did a really good job of moving the ball, and he benefited from that early on. And then, and then he made a couple of his signature tough ones, like in transition or the little snatch back three.
with Dante, he had that really good stretch last year when he was in the starting lineup before he got hurt. Is it kind of similar to what you saw then, what you're seeing now from him, especially with that group in the starting lineup?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he's a starter level player. There's no doubt about it. He's been a starter, scored big minutes, scored big points in big minutes in big games. So, and he's just playing with a ton of kind of confidence and just fitting seamlessly into what we're trying to do. And if it's a scoring night, great. If it's not, he's still doing a lot of things to help us win.
For Naz, what's the key now for him to stay consistent with what you're seeing, especially when maybe he's coming off the bench and he's playing with different lineups, things like that?
Take good shots. Trust that your teammates are going to continue to find good shots for you. Sometimes. And then I think early, this is normal for all players, when they're struggling a little bit, they kind of chase it, especially scorers, and they end up taking harder shots than they need to. And so take good shots, play within the flow, and then, keep doing a lot of the little things. I mean, he's rebounding really well, too. And that's, big for us. We need that. And when he's rebounding, he's playing a complete game.
I know Johan didn't play a lot of minutes, but just talk about his overall development.
Yeah, he's right on path. I mean, right now it's a bonus when we can get him these types of minutes. You can see him getting a little bit more comfortable with the speed of the game, the recognition, the physicality and all that kind of stuff. It just takes reps, but we love where he's at. Kevin Hansen does an incredible job with him, and as do all of our coaches. But we're just keep bringing him along slow. But he's he'll probably head down to Iowa at some point here, so he can get some real good run and some extended minutes, and that experience and exposure will be huge for him when he comes back up here.
Can you just talk about like Cooper and PJ?
Yeah,
like their how they get along, their chemistry, and how much you wanted to make sure that you counted that. So that
we knew those guys were the dangerous ones. They're both really what the league craves right now, which is big wings, physical wings, multi-skilled wings. They play both ends of the floor. They can rebound. They can shoot it. Two really good pieces. We know what PJ can do. He's had many a good night against us. And, tonight got our first look up close with Cooper. And, he's going to be a great player. There's no doubt about it.
So often when you talk about like spark plugs off the bench, it's microwave scorer kind of guys. But you've had Nikhil and now Jalen. What kind of weapon is that to be able to bring somebody in who can change the game in that end?
Yeah, it's huge. Tone setting and, different. Nikhil was kind of more 94 feet of frantic pressure and then make a bunch of shots and get you on a run. But, Jalen just makes these plays out of nothing. He's super handsy. He's active on the glass. He makes shots in a timely manner. But mostly he just sets the tone. He can guard whoever you need him to. He gets a lot of loose balls, hands deflections, and kind of momentum plays. He makes these defensive momentum plays.
He's doing it in the fourth when you guys are up like 30. I mean, does it sometimes take guys who are just wired like that?
Yeah, no doubt. He's, just like a dog chasing a car. He just keeps going. And, that's just how he plays. That's what we love about him. He knows who he is, and he does it to the absolute best of his ability all the time. So.
Chris, we often think about spacing as on the perimeter, but it feels like Rudy is positioning himself in the lane more so than maybe a year ago to not be in the way for Ant or Julius's driving lanes. Have you seen that? And if so, is that something you've been intentional with?
Yeah, I think his spacing's gotten much better. I think it's a learned kind of relationship with Julius. We talked about that last year. Cat was a straight line driver, and he knew where to be when Cat had the ball. And Julius plays a lot more in a zigzag fashion, so it's sometimes hard, and you got to stay patient and read that. But he's doing a really good job, and his gravity there is creating a lot of corner threes for us. And he's doing an outstanding job when he catches the ball in the pocket too. And he's really, I think at one point he led us in assists tonight. Tied with Julius, actually. So we're really trusting him in the pocket right now, and he's delivering.
There's Chris Finch after this Wolves win tonight over Dallas. And Tom, one thing that stood out to you was when Finch talked about how the Timberwolves were pretty disciplined. They weren't chasing their shots tonight.
He made a great point. Like when you're struggling, stars and mid-level, right? It doesn't matter. You're looking for those shots. It's a lot easier to find your shot when the ball is moving the way that it did tonight. And I think the efficiency and the effectiveness of the ball movement, they stayed true to plan, which was obviously get in the paint, go through the elbows, attack because Dallas didn't have that front line. But the ball is moving. We heard Elston Turner say it at halftime, that Naz was a recipient of the ball moving. And right now, Naz is playing at a high level. With that quickness, with that being down low, ready to play. And I thought he also mentioned a good thing about Anthony. Like, Anthony's doing so many different things. And really, at the beginning of the game, Anthony was the one that was moving the ball at such a high level and probably passing up shots to get guys better shots.
He wasn't shooting a lot. He was distributing. He was passing. And one of the beneficiaries of that ended up being Rudy Gobert. We will hear from Rudy inside the Timberwolves locker room on the other side of this break. The Timberwolves dominate the Mavericks tonight, 120-96. Rudy Gobert finished with 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. Here's Rudy from the Wolves locker room.
Coach was talking about how well you're playing in the pocket, catching and finding guys. Just how is that part of your game developing this year? Just what's clicking there?
Just trying to make the right play. I've been... for years, been in that situation, catching the ball in the pocket, and for me, it's just about, just slowing down, and when I slow down, I see everything, so sometimes it's the time to kick it out, and sometimes it's about, making a strong move and finish at the rim, and overall, I've been enjoying getting the ball in the pocket.
Naz looks like he's finding a groove. Just what kind of a difference does that make when he's really locked in and playing like he's capable of?
I mean, it's huge. We know the type of player that he is. I mean, he won six men of the years a couple of years ago. So, when he comes in with just this mental toughness and then just this aggressiveness, it's been huge for us. And I keep trying to tell him to, not let the offense affect his mindset. He can get discouraged sometimes when he misses shots or things like that. And I tell him he can impact the game in so many ways. Rebounding, his passing, running the floor. I mean, on defense, like in a lot of ways, he can really impact the game. And his mindset really impacts our team and sets the tone for our team and the second unit too. So, I've been really proud of him. For early in the season it was a little weird rhythm for all of us, but I can tell that now he's been finding his groove.
Rudy Gobert and the Timberwolves will play a 4th consecutive home game on Wednesday. We'll look ahead next. One more game on this 4-game homestand. That is Wednesday against Washington before the Timberwolves go back out on the road in Phoenix and at Sacramento to face the Kings. Again, that first game, Tom, against the 1-12 Washington Wizards.
Dangerous team because they've got guys that think they can score, and they can score. They're going to give you some points, but you can't come down and trade baskets with a team like that. So that's a huge, huge mindset game for the Timberwolves. But you'll see guys like Trey Johnson, Keyshawn George. There's some veterans there, but young guys, Bub Carrington, that believe they can score points. I'm anxious looking ahead to that Sacramento Kings game because you don't know what their mindset will be like, but the way Sabonis came in here this past Friday night, it was way too easy for him in the first half. And those are the kind of things that this is a growth week now for Minnesota to really shore up transition defense, shore up their pick and roll defense, and then keep continuing to come with that efficiency on offense.
And get one more at home before heading out on that road trip. The Timberwolves are now 9-0 against teams below 500, and they will see another one on Wednesday against the Wizards. Pregame show starts at 6:30, tip-off just after 7 o'clock from Target Center. The Timberwolves with a dominant win over the Mavericks tonight. See you again on Wednesday.